Hello and welcome to this latest video where we're going to be looking at the original Mega Moolah slot, and we're going to be looking at the different features on the slot, starting with the top of the screen where you can see the name of the slot, Mega Moolah, and underneath that are the 4 progressive jackpot prizes. The Mega Jackpot, the Major Jackpot, the Minor Jackpot and the Mini Jackpot from left to right. Underneath that are the 5 reels, and behind it is the backdrop of the slot, which is a rather large tree. Main features of the slot include the spin bar at the bottom of the page, where you can see the large spin button in the middle of the screen. That, when clicked, just does 1 spin of the slot. See? You don't normally land a decent sized win on your very first win, but there you go. To the right of that is the bet size selector, where you can select different amounts to bet for using either the buttons. If you've got a pre-selected amount there that you want to use, you can just click on the max bet button, which takes you up to the maximum bet of £6.25. Or you can use the slider to bet any amount between 25p and £6.25. So between them you've got plenty of options to pick your bet amount. We've used the min bet of 25p. And the max button just simply bets the maximum amount. If you click that, it will go up to £6.25 per spin. And then you can just go in and take it back down again if you wish. To the left of the spin button is the lightning spin button, or fast play button, or quick spin button, whatever you want to call it. This is simply an on and off switch. If you have it off, which is unhighlighted like that, when you click spin, the reels will resolve one after the other. And then if you click the lightning button on and do a fast spin, the reels will resolve all together, as you can see there. The other key thing in this bar is the autoplay option, which if you click, brings up the different autoplay settings where you can set your coin size, the number of coins bet on each line, what your total bet is based on the current settings, the number of autoplay spins you want. This can be 10, 25, 50 or 100. Your coin size can be between 1 and 5 pence. Your coins bet can be between 1 and 5 per line. That's how they correspond to the different betting amounts that you saw in the other menu. You can also use the autoplay stop settings, which will stop any autoplay session when you reach the certain limit that you set. You can set your win limit between 100 to almost £10,000, or have no limit, which is what I tend to have. Your loss limit you can set between 100 and £10,000. That is a more sensible option to use, especially if you're betting with a larger amount and you don't want to lose a large amount of money, because, as you know, slots are very variable in how they pay out. Some sessions are great, other sessions are not so great. Using that, you can protect your bankroll a little. Once you've set what your autoplay settings are, all you need to do is click the start autoplay button, and it will then play through your spins that you've selected. If you don't want to use the autoplay, just click cancel, and that will take you back to the main screen. At the foot of the page, you'll be able to see the amount of credits you have, how many lines are in play on the slot. There was a time when you could select lines on this slot, but now that option's been removed, because if you played less than 25 lines, then you wouldn't have qualified for the progressive jackpot. And I think pretty much everybody who's ever played Mega Moolah wants to try and win the progressive jackpot. And then on the right is your bet size, your current bet size, which is 25p. And the little arrow here gives details of your previous win history. So as you can see, when I did the fast spin first, I won £1.40, and then I did another spin and won 20p. And then if you look at your win history, you'll see I won those a couple of minutes ago, as you saw. The only other button to note here is in the top left corner, and it's these 3 lines. And you click on that and it brings up a menu on the left hand side. The first option, the house, that takes you back to your main page of the casino that you're playing at. The credit cards takes you to your banking details, so if you want to add more funds to your account or withdraw some funds, you can take it out using that link without having to go through the casino and then find the banking section from there. The cogs, if clicked upon, bring up the different settings of the game. You can either turn sounds off or on, you can either turn quick spin off or on, and you can either show the mini pay tables or not. I tend to just leave them as default like that. The eye is the most important icon in this section, and this brings up all the information about the Mega Moolah slot, which if you've never played before is a great place to start. Once you've read articles on the megamoolah.com site, I'd load the game up and load up this page, and it gives you all that you need to know about how to win the progressive, what the different progressives are, what the free spins are, what the wild is. We will be looking at this in a bit more detail on other slots. You can see the pay lines at the bottom, and you can also see some of the symbols there as well. Some of the lower value and the scatter, and some of the higher value. All the information is there, really easy to read. Clicking the X takes you back to the main menu, and that's essentially it. That's the structure on which the Mega Moolah slot is built. You can play by clicking the button or using autoplay. The choice is yours. Anyway, I hope that explains a bit more about the slot. Join me again for the next video in the series.